RBS campus. RBS means Rajghat Besant School, run by KFI, that is Krishnamurti Foundation, India. The campus is full of greenery, and this campus was established in 1924. So, a century earlier. And I'm told this is important as an archaeological site also. So many excavations were done here, and the findings are kept in a separate room in the Varanasi museum. Look at the greenery in the campus. This is the place where Jay lived for a long time and delivered his lectures, and this is the path he must have walked scores of times. That is the amphitheater you can see. The school campus is like a hermitage. You may be wondering what is the occasion and the need for this campus tour. Well, by way of introduction, let me state that RBS, that is Rajghat Besant School, in the holy city of Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, was the venue of KFI Annual Gathering 2024 from November 9th to 12th, and I happened to participate in that gathering. The vastness of the school campus with its flora and fauna caught my attention, and I thought it worth my time and efforts to bring this to your notice. Now, a few words about KFI, that is Krishnamurti Foundation, India, and a note on Krishnamurti himself, the living spirit that inspires, guides, and illuminates the path of all true seekers who love to delve deep into oneself and relate to Mother Nature as an integral part of it. Krishnamurti's ideas on education are the foundation as well as the driving force behind the schools run by KFI. The following quotation from Krishnamurti would give us a fair idea of what education meant to him. I quote, "Surely a school is a place where one learns about the totality, the wholeness of life. Academic excellence is absolutely necessary, but a school includes much more than that. It is a place where both the teacher and the taught explore not only the outer world, the world of knowledge, but also their own thinking, their behavior." Unquote. Krishnamurti, whose life and teachings spanned the greater part of the 20th century, is regarded by many as one who has had the most profound impact on human consciousness in modern times. Sage, philosopher, and thinker. He illuminated the lives of millions the world over, intellectuals and laymen, young and old. Born on 11th May 1895 as the eighth child of a pious couple in the small town of Madanapalle in Andhra Pradesh, Krishnamurti was adopted at the age of 14 by Annie Besant, the president of the Theosophical Society, and was brought up and groomed to be the world teacher. In 1929, however, Krishnamurti renounced that role and dissolved the Order of the Star, a large worldwide organization that had been built up around him to fulfill that mission. Krishnamurti Foundation India runs 6 schools in India and 1 each in England and USA. The Krishnamurti schools were founded with the aim of bringing about a radical transformation in human consciousness. While imparting academic proficiency, the schools attempt to awaken intelligence and sensitivity in the child in a non-competitive environment. Rajghat Education Center, or REC, was established in 1928 by Krishnamurti, overlooking the confluence of the rivers Varuna and Ganga on the outskirts of the ancient pilgrimage city of Varanasi. The center functions in the light of Krishnamurti's teachings and his vision of education. The center consists of the Rajghat Besant School, Vasanta College for Women, Krishnamurti's Study Center, and rural units that are engaged in community services. Rajghat Besant School was born out of a vision of Krishnamurti to set up a spiritual institution that will transform minds. In the year 1927, Krishnamurti charged Benegal Sanjeeva Rao, a theosophist deputed by Annie Besant, to work with him to acquire 400 acres of lands in the Rajghat area next to river Ganga. The children's school building at Rajghat was begun in 1933. Rabindranath Tagore generously sent his own architect, Surendranath Kar, who designed the building, and he also constructed the landmark Assembly Hall. Here is another quotation from J. Krishnamurti. Quote, "Generally, parents are satisfied to see their children preparing to get a degree of some kind which will assure them of a livelihood. Very few are concerned with more than this." Unquote. The school's intentions are best captured with a few of Jeddu Krishnamurti's statements below on schools that live the teachings. Quote, "First of all, there has to be an atmosphere of immensity, the feeling that I am entering a temple. There must be beauty, space, quietness, dignity. There must be a sense of altogether-ness in the student and teacher, a state of floration, a sense of flowering, a feeling of extraordinary sacredness." Unquote. This is what Krishnamurti says on attention. I quote, "I would go into the way of teaching the quality of attention. I would inquire how to teach the child to learn without memory being predominant. I would talk about attention and not concentration. I would go into the way the child sleeps, his food, the games he plays, the furniture in his room. I would see that the child is attentive to the trees, the birds, the spaces which are around him. I would see that he grows in an atmosphere of attention." Unquote. On wholeness of education, this is what Krishnamurti has to say. I quote, "There must be a cultivation of the totality of the mind and not merely the giving of information. In the total development of the human being, Through right education, the quality of love must be nourished and sustained from the very beginning. Love cannot be brought through knowledge, and a mind that is pursuing knowledge without love is a mind that deals in ruthlessness and aims merely at efficiency. The man of right education, he is considerate to all, including the animals and plants, and this is reflected in his behavior and manner of talking. Unquote.